Bridge, San Francisco.
California, USA.
Some old man driving. He's not a very good taxi driver.
I'm a taxi driver. I am from Incha. I forgot my towel from my head.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Uni. I love you. You got a nice boy there. There's Alcatraz over there.
He's sleeping.
There's Alcatraz over
Alcatraz over there. I can't see it very well, but I'll zoom in. Alcatraz. Escape from Alcatraz. All right, we'll go back over here. Beautiful over here. Oh, yeah. This is the bridge that almost collapsed when they had all the people stand on it. Did you see the picture of that?
No.
They celebrated the Golden Gate Bridge, and there was like 100,000 people standing on this bridge.
Yeah?
And for the first time, it flattened out, and it could have actually collapsed with 100,000 deaths.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
They showed a picture in a magazine of it. Usually it's curved, and with all the people on it, it was flat, straight.
I didn't hear about
It was never designed for that type of weight. It's just designed for cars.
I think all these cars on here weigh more than 100,000 people. I think that's a phony deal. What magazine?
No.
Look at this police department here.
Oh, there we go. Cool. San Francisco.
Yeah, see there's people over here. Yeah, so Golden Gate Bridge. Cars coming this way are the ones backed up. Look at that. Look at it. So the whole bridge is that way. Yeah. Man, I'm glad we're going this way. Yeah, we just leave it right there. You don't touch it. Good boy.
You want to have another one? Ethan, want to have another one? Okay. Well, I guess you like them, huh? They're pretty good, aren't they? I'll hold the bag, and when you're ready, we can have more. Okay? Oh, yes. Those are good. Those are teddy bears. Mm-hmm.
Good, huh? Do you like those, Ethan?
Careful.
He's right here, hon. He's right here by you.
He's right there. He's standing right by you. And he's wondering where his bears are. He wants a bear.
There's cookies in right there.
Oh.
I don't know. He doesn't seem to like them. I guess he's going to eat them. He's not going to eat them. Oh, there he goes.
In New York City.
Don't put too much in your mouth.
To investigate these vicious felonies or
Huh?
members of an
Just
elite squad known
don't
as
put
the
too much in your mouth. Hey,
These are their stories.
see, your mouth is full already. Be careful, Ethan.
You want a soda, son?
No, I'm okay, thanks, Dad. Wait. Your mouth is full. Oops.
Hi, Uni. Love you, sweetie. Wish you were here. I want you to meet my wife. This is Jane.
Hi, Uni.
Okay, we had to start over there. The cameraman fell asleep. Anyway, this is our little guy, Tommy. Isn't he cute? Yeah, he's our little boy. Yeah, he and Ethan.
He looks just like you.
Yeah.
The beard.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Did you know that
All my boys look like me.
people get dogs that look like themselves?
That's
Did you know
right.
that?
That's right. All my boys look like me.
And
There's a little guy running around named Ethan, and he's been having fun with him. Do you know Ethan? Well, I'll introduce you to Ethan later. He's my grandson. Very proud of him. He's a very nice boy. Really like him a lot. Yeah. And this is my wife.
The little woman.
Yeah, the little woman. I kind of like her a little bit.
was she the one that gave you CPR?
No, she's the one that kicked me in the butt. and then gave me CPR.
Or was that the time you were just faking because you wanted a kiss?
Oh, I do that a lot. So anyway, I wanted you to meet her, and hopefully we're kind of planning on coming out next year. We don't know when, but
No, don't come.
Don't come. Okay. All right. We won't come then. We'll send you a ticket, and you come out and leave the old man here.
That's right, you and Pat.
That's
Yeah.
right. You and Pat come out. No, you, Pat, and Ethan.
Okay, I'll fade out now.
Okay.
They show him eating his blueberries.
Okay, hold on. We got to go over here for a sec. This is Jane's daughter, Sharon, and she's helping with Ethan for a second. Feed him some blueberries. Ethan, say hi.
With his little blue teeth.
We're about to go for Ethan's first swim.
Yep.
And the swimsuit's a little tight, so we might have to buy him a new one. He doesn't like the zip against his chest. It's a bit tight. Okay, back to you.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to go out swimming here in a minute. We love you and miss you. Wish you were here.
Is that it?
I'm pushing the zoom button. He was anxious to get in there. He wanted to get in the water. Yeah. We got a little life jacket for him. We're going to put him on later after he gets used to the water. Look at him, he's floating. Look at him. Sharon is sitting behind me now, she's shy. Is the water nice and warm?
Yeah.
90 degrees. I don't know what that is, Fahrenheit, or excuse me, centigrade.
Stand over here. Hold on here. It's hot. Hot day. Sit over here. Grandma
Jane is having a little leisurely time out there. There she is. Big smile on her face. Well, we get back to the little guy. Where is he? Uh-oh. There he is. My thumb and hand is getting, and arm is getting tired.
Why don't you sit down in a chair?
Yeah, that's going to help my arm.
Yeah, then
Good
use
boy.
two hands.
You can tell he's from New Zealand.
Then you use two hands. All right.
Okay, I'm going to let go, okay?
Put the vest on.
Wave to Mom. Okay, I let go. Okay. What, huh?
Okay.
And is it any better?
Well, he's got these things now. And it's
Yeah.
got glove.
Yeah.
Say hi to Pat and Mama. Say hi to Pat and Mama on the video. Hi, Mama. Hi, Pat. Oh, there's something. Woo! Good boy.
First time I've done one of these things, so please forgive me if it's jerky or not in alignment very well. He's not afraid. Uh-oh.
Be careful.
My thumb's giving out.
What's that?
My thumb is giving out.
Why don't you use your other hand to help support it?
My thumb is the one pushing the button.
Why are you holding the button?
I mean, I don't have to?
No.
Oh. Jeez. And then all this pain for nothing?
Is it on record?
Okay, so then if yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. So if all I do is push it again to stop it?
It just stop and start. Yeah, you just push
Oh,
the
for
button.
crying out loud. I'm sitting here.
Palm tree. Palm tree.
I'm going to scan away from here just for a second and show the backyard. You know, I'll come back to the back of the house. That's the side fence. That red thing over there is the cover for the pump on the pool. Oh, this cage, this is with Tommy's doghouse right here. And there's Jane in the pool. The thing in the middle of the screen, that's a pole for an umbrella we have to keep Tommy from getting too much sun. This is the back of the yard. The pool takes up the whole yard. See? And that's our new shed there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Anyway, I'm going to stop it for a second and go back. Okay, we're back.
Pats? Pats? Say hi to Pats. Hi, Pats. Hi, Pats. Mama. Hi, Mama. Say hi, Mama. Did you bring the phone out?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh. Yellow one?
That's as tight as you can get it, son?
What's that?
That's as tight as you can get it on him?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
show you
maybe
why.
it's too big for him.
Yeah, I think it is.
How many pounds is it supposed to be, honey? Yeah. How much does he weigh?
25.
Oh. Huh.
Floating chair?
Oh. You mean that big rubber thing? He'll slide right through it, honey. Okay, we could try that. Just a minute. I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah, it's doing it.
This is Ethan's new swimsuit. Granddad bought. It's got the pads in it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Woo!
Is he floating?
Look at you.
How about that?
Look at you. Oh. How's that? Can you stay up? Can you swim? No, he's still gonna go under, I think. You're gonna go under. Hold your breath.
Yeah, it's a lot more quiet when the air conditioner's off.
You gotta keep your head up. Keep your head up. Yeah. Sorry. Close your eye.
If you let him go, what happens?
His head ends up going in.
Oh, it does?
Forward.
Because does he sink or something?
Look, it's you. And then he spins over.
Huh.
So, see if I put him this way,
Yeah.
then he doesn't keep his head up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go now. Can you do it? See?
Yeah.
Can you say hi to Granddad? Hi, Granddad.
Hi, son. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, that's an ice cream truck. Alright. You're a rocket ship, huh? Can you count down? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5. Can you count backwards? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5. On 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Can you swim? There you go. Swim like that. That was good. Swim. Swim. There you go. Swim, not splash. There you go. Good. Kick your legs. Kick your legs. Kick. There you go. Kick your legs. Oh, when we finish that,
Yeah?
we have to remember to put that in the pool.
What?
The chlorine.
Oh, yeah, right. Do? We want to put the cover over too so it'll keep the heat in.
Okay. What? Yeah? 1.5? 1.5? You okay? Oh, you're making that the tire. Oh. Oh, I don't think so.
It is almost 10 to 8
Really?
at o'clock. Yeah.
Wow.
It's still warm outside, and of course the pool is still 90 degrees.
With the dock, he's way in the deep end. Way in the deep end. Way over there. We have to get out of the pool and get him, I think. Yeah. We have to get out.
Okay.
Just gonna get the duck. Come. Got the sun tea, probably done.
Oh yeah, it should be done.
Uh-oh, that duck's moving away.
The blue thing down at the end is the cover for the pool. That keeps the heat in at night. Also, when the sun shines down on it, it heats the water up. You're going to put it on, then the cool air at night cools it down a little bit. It's not as pleasant.
Oh! Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
That big ducky's got put tablets in that of chlorine, and it keeps the pool with chlorine in it. The little duck must be in the leaf pod, huh?
It's in the bathtub.
Oh, he took his bath with it. Okay.
That's good to give him something to occupy.
Yeah, right. Well, there comes the air conditioner.
Otherwise, he chucks out the mat and sits on his butt. Quick, quick. Quick, 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 quick. Mama wants to see your face. See? Gotta look at the camera. Okay, Dad, that's enough of
Okay. Let me,
you.
s-
Tired.
let me- I forgot where the button is. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry for this terrible photography here. Where is the? Oh, it's this button here. Okay, it's recording.
Okay, go ahead, Ethan. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Hold on to it. There you go. No,
What's
hold on,
this?
Hold on, Ethan. Hold on to it.
Good boy.
Hold on. Hey, hey. Hold on. Good. Okay, there you go. Woo! Hold on. Yeah. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. Hey! He was doing it by himself.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, hold on. Hey!
Oh,
Oh.
Ethan, hold on to it.
Hey.
Oops, I'm sorry. I wasn't watching what I was doing there, and you gotta.
Hold on. There. What is wrong with you? There, see?
Hey!
That's what you need to do.
No hands. Put your. Oops.
Not again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hold on. Good
Look at
boy.
that. Get your hands. Hey! Good boy! Yeah! Okay?
Yep.
We're on the sun.
Hi, Ethan.
Yeah.
Hi, Ethan.
Okay, you want to show Mama how you can float? Let's see. Can you float? Look at this. See?
I say hi, Pat.
Oh, Pat!
He's saying hi, Pat.
Pat?
Pat. Mama.
Grandma? Grandma? I think he said grandma.
He said mama.
He said mama?
Yeah.
You say mama?
Say hi to mama.
Mama?
And Pat.
Okay. I thought he was saying pot before.
No.
He'd
He's
be
a good boy. Pat. Yeah.
Mama.
Mama.
Mama. Ready? Okay. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Pull us over there. Come on. There we go. You want to hang on to the side? Okay. Oh, you got the. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. Now you want the other one? Okay. Well, not going to be any room for us. You want the Becky? You want the Becky? Oh boy. Man, okay, let's get this. Let's go get Dad and throw him in. Okay. at you. Oh, oh, got all wet. Pat, pat. Mama, mama. Yes. Pat. Mama.
1, 2, 3.
Woo. You ready? 1, 2. Oh, we're good. What you doing? What you do?
Careful. Be careful, he can hit his face on the cement and stuff.
There you go.
Be careful, Dad. Keep a hand on him at all times.
Okay. You might get wet. You might get wet. Be careful, you might get all wet. Yeah. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This one didn't have any. Oh, and this one went wee all the way home. What?
Your gold.
How many?
Oh.
How many is that? How many? No. How many is this? Two. How many is that? How about 2? 3? 3?
He's counting. He's 2 and then 3. See?
Yeah. You know how I can tell you're special? You got this.
Yeah.
Just like that, Grandpa. Yeah. That makes you special. There goes that's the pump. What the? You're gonna get all wet? You keep doing that. Is it hot? A little bit. What? Quack quack. Quack quack. Ducky. Yep, a quack quack. It's a ducky. You're gonna get me all wet doing that. Is that that? Is that that? Yeah. You wanna wave to Pat and Mama? We'll like wave to Mama and Pat.
Hi, Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
You wanna wave to him? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Mama. Mama. Okay.
Ethan, what's on your new shoes?
Yeah, what's on your new shoes? Poo! Wow. Got a smell. They got poo.
Not poo-poo, poo.
Oh, poo! Oh, poo!
Ethan, can you sing the song Winnie the Pooh? But Winnie the Pooh.
He sure likes it in the water. He likes being in here. Shoe?
The shoes.
The shoe.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. That's a little bug. A bug, yeah. Bugger? Big bug. There, we got it. There's a bug. Butterfly? No? How about mosquito?
You know,
You're gonna get me all wet doing that.
Feet look good.
Hey, sweetie, there's potato
Better than
salad.
that black stuff. What?
There's potato salad to be put on ice.
Oh, I didn't. I just laid it all up on
I
the counter.
see. I told ya.
What? With the potato
Get
salad.
your ass out of
He didn't look to see what's in there.
You want to hear something, buddy?
Honey, there's milk and cream and all that. Put all that on ice. Okay? I appreciate that. Please. I just put it in a sack and won't take it out.
Okay,
Hi.
camera's off.
Hi.
He's smiling at Grandma, isn't he?
I bet you had quite an adventure traveling with him, didn't you?
oh yeah, it was hard work, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
We were lucky. I had some air points, and I used it to upgrade to business class on the big 747 from Auckland to LA. So that was a big difference.
Yeah.
No. And we had an empty seat next to us as well, so during the night I put them over there and
Yeah.
put the seatbelt on them, and
Yeah.
so I could have a bit of a breather. But then after a while, he'd wake up and crawl back onto me.
You know, anymore, it doesn't even matter if they're just bitty, little teeny tiny baby. You've got to pay for an extra seat.
Well, now
That's the way they are.
we didn't have to pay for extra seat. We had to pay for the taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah, all the taxes. I didn't have to pay for the fare. Well, it ends up. No, you're right. It's 10% of the fare, and then the taxes, and the taxes end up being more than the 10% of the fare.
Oh, they're going to get you one.
And then I thought, oh great, I'm gonna use the air points, and because we basically planned to have him around this whole trip, you see, and that he'd be under 2 and be free on the plane. Then they changed it and started charging, and then I went in to use my air points to get business class. I was all excited. Then they said, oh, you got to pay for the business upgrade for him. So I didn't even tell my wife about that, and it was it was over 300 New Zealand dollars for the upgrade for him. But you know, I was counting on the business.
What is the difference in the value between New Zealand and the United States?
It's about 2 to 1. So yeah, so 2 New Zealand dollars for 1 American dollar. Yeah, that's right. Exactly at the moment it's It's 59 US cents for 1 New Zealand dollar.
Well, you know, I don't understand that because I know now David and Carolyn went to Australia for 2 weeks. He went over there for a convention. And their money is worth, our money over there is worth more than it is here. And same way in Canada.
Yeah, because you see the cost of living in New Zealand and Australia is less than it is here. That's why. That's part of it.
Well, you don't come out too good with it, any way you look at it.
Yeah. So,
I know things are a lot higher here than they were back in Texas. But, of course, I think it's going up everywhere, to tell you the truth.
yeah.
I know it from one week to the next. I never know what I'm going to pay for anything. I never.
Well,
It's either going to go up as a rule, very seldom it goes down.
I took
well,
out
they
the-
bought a loaf of Wonder Bread and it was $2.50, and it would for a loaf of bread it cost us about say 75 US cents for the 75
Well,
US cents for the
They
for a
have it
loaf
on
of bread.
sale here, but if they depend on me to buy bread or eat bread, they wouldn't be a baker. Well, you didn't even open it for me. What kind of a son are you?
Well, usually his excuse is, oh, I don't have my glasses on. You see, he needs his glasses to see anything.
Well, he opened his. That's no excuse. Open my can, babe.
I gotta do everything.
You're waiting.
Oh, sorry. Sure.
Well, I don't trust him. Thank you, sir. Till the next time.
I messed up the camera when she walked in the door. I didn't have it on, and
Oh, it helps to have it on.
yeah.
Well, that's not very bad.
But I turned it on after we were walking away, and I ended up filming the carpet.
Well, at least you'll know what color carpet.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to cook, honey?
Yep.
Hot, it's hot.
Good for you.
Mama, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sweetie.
When I was in New Zealand, at Ina's house, we had a big barbecue. And June was pretending like she knew how to cook. I hope you don't have the camera on.
Yeah, it's on.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Remember when he comes see us. Remember this. We'll rewind it and show it to him when he arrives to remind him.
You're a cutie.
She doesn't care. She loves me.
Yeah, I do. In spite of everything. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Rick took me to the deal last September.
Tell me the truth. When Dad was his age, was he a problem child? Oh, okay.
He never was.
Oh, yeah.
He never was a problem child.
He was a good boy, huh?
I tell you, people just look at me like I was crazy or lost my good mind. But of course, I really didn't have the time. It seemed like I had to go to keep everything going.
Yeah.
But by the time they got up into their TVs and all, I had to go. By that time, I was mine was on tape, irregardless. And I really enjoyed it. I really did. But no, I had 3 sons. There's no problem at all. I had one who called himself a rebel, and he lived up there.
I was talking to Cheryl, and she said that Uncle Tracy had a quadruple bypass.
Yeah, he did. Well,
That's what Cheryl said. And I was under the impression that she went up and saw him at the hospital when he had it, but I have to talk to her again and confirm that.
well, Steve, Kevin's, your brother, he stopped there on the way back from Alaska and saw him. And he was talking about a bypass there. Well, of course, shortly after that, we found out he was going to have complete overhaul. And so the only time I hear from Cheryl is Christmas. And so I didn't hear anymore about it. So at the time I did hear about it, and everything happened last year, I said to Jane, I said, you don't talk about that. You have to have one. You better get it, because that's one thing you just can't mess around with. So I never did hear anymore. I didn't know if you really had one or not. Because see, these told us many things that turned out like health-wise.
Sweetie, honey,
So
we're getting
I
low on
just
cats.
anymore I take her.
Yeah, this is what we got. No.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
run
have
out and play that.
Because I
We don't
wouldn't be here now.
Do we have the other one?
But
Honey?
I'm about determined. I'm going to stick around as long as I can because I got to keep them in line,
Well, that's right. That's right.
But they've been big kids. They really are. And of course, I've always heard you got each one in every family. Yeah. Tickles? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you got a beautiful big head of hair. Yeah.
Oh.
You're about sure you're going to have that on, aren't you? Well, honey, I think it's bigger and heavier than you are. I don't think you get very far with it. I really don't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Grandma's going to stay a couple, 3 days.
Okay.
Well, I was invited to.
Yeah, you are.
You're Johnny to come lately, I know.
Mom's going to stay a couple, 3 days. Yeah, I know, but I wasn't sure.
You
about
it?
That's that T-shirt.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law gave it to my dad
Yeah.
when he was in New Zealand.
He did.
And that's the name of the Samoan rugby team.
The small one?
He gave me two.
Rugby team.
Oh, rugby.
And what that means is Samoan animal.
Ah.
Mm.
Well,
Two
yeah, I guess it fits. He brought one back for me when he made the trip there.
Did
And,
you bring it with you?
well, no, it's too hot to wear now.
Yeah, that's true.
Criminy sakes.
You know what it says on it? Remember me buying it?
It says,
You remember what it said?
somebody in New Zealand loves me. That's what it says. And it's got a great big, what type of bird is it on there?
Kiwi or I don't know what it was.
Was it an albatross or a kiwi? Was it?
I don't remember.
The
Got a
kiwis.
great big bill.
That's kiwi. That's a flightless
The
bird.
kiwi.
Yeah.
Is that the native bird?
Yeah.
I had an idea it was, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any point in asking him. He probably wouldn't be able to tell me. But I've worn it a lot. But
Does
it's-
anybody ever say anything about it? Or?
Oh yeah, they read it every. you know. And I said, I've been told somebody loves me and there's a thing. So I said, I guess it's true. So I said, I wearing it anyway. But no, it's a short sleeve and all, but it's a heavy.
Thick,
It's
yeah.
heavy. And so, but I wear it a lot when the weather, you know, lets me wear it. And then he brought one.
Hmm?
It's so long, it's almost a night shirt.
Oh, yeah.
The one he brought me from
Yeah.
Indy 500. Got chlorophyll on it.
You did again? How many times?
Great grandma. That's great grandma. That's granddad's mama.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Granddad's mama.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great grandma.
That's a big deal.
Great grandma. Yeah, that's great grandma. Yeah.
She was going this way.
Oh,
And now she's gotten the nerve up to go lengthwise.
wow.
Yeah, she can't swim.
Yeah. Ooh, hot. Yeah. It's hot over there. The barbecue.
You're doing good,
Hot.
sweetie.
You said, girl.
Mama.
Girls are-
You want to talk to Mama? Okay, you talk to Mama here.
You want to talk to me? You want to talk to Grandma? Huh? Ah. Gonna get you. Gonna get you.
The guy's created a monster.
What they do?
Well, they're the ones that got her to do it. They kept bugging her to try it.
Oh.
And then the ones that got her.
You know, if they knew I was at the end of my rope in something that was really important, I could use a certain pair of clothes, and that's it. They knew that they had gone as far as they could.
So
That I was ready to do drastic measures.
so you couldn't tell from their nonverbal communication which one was guilty?
Pretty much, but I really, the guilty one.
You wanted them to admit it.
I wanted him to do it.
Yeah.
But I think he would have died. I don't think he was always a rebel. Always. And so I think in his old age though now, I think he's pretty well settled down.
So
Yeah, and he never will.
did you know your grandparents?
None of them. See, they all lived in Tennessee.
Oh,
And I was born and raised in Texas.
yep.
And so, when I was just beginning to get to about 6 years old, the Depression hit. And so we spent all of our time just to survive. And so naturally, there wasn't any money to make trips anyway. So I never did get to know any of my grandparents. And that's always been a hole in my life, you know. I made a trip back there, finally, several years ago, before I went back to work. Again, I retired on my job in Montana, and then I took about 18 months off. And I decided, well, this is for the birds. I'm not ready. But I made this trip to Tennessee. In fact, I made 2 or 3 different kind of trips to different places before I went back to work. But
You went and saw their graves, or?
I went there with the idea I'd be there maybe 3 week stops. It turned out it was there 3 months. I couldn't believe it. They didn't want me to go. They just kept on, you know, every time. And then even after I left there, one of my cousins' husband had passed away, and she wanted me to come live with her. She was still living in the homestead that her dad built for her mom. It's a beautiful lady. But she wanted me to come and live with her so bad. And of course they're all gone now since I was there. They've all passed away. But one of them told me, and all these were first cousins. They were all children of my mother's sisters. and I saw one of the quadruplets that my uncle or my grandpa had fathered. So I said, and so anyway, they told me, said, if you want to see all your cousins, you're going to be here a year. I said, I don't think so. I don't think so. But we had a wonderful time. It was just, you know, it was just a great time. And I had been corresponding with the last sister my mom had living, Aunt Molly. And she was always asking me, you know, to come and see. And so I was really looking forward. No one had informed me that she had passed away. Turned out she passed away 3 weeks before I got there. So I didn't get, but I did meet her son. Drove all the way up from Nashville so I could see him, and it was almost like looking at my oldest brother. I could not believe it. And everybody kept looking at me, and I thought, well, you know. Finally, they come right out to each other in front of me. They said, doesn't she look like Aunt Molly?
Oh.
Well, I wouldn't know. She passed away before I got there. So I thought, well, they know who I am. But I did get to go to the graveyard out there, and one of my grandmother and my granddad, on my mom's side, they had, their pictures were embedded in the headstone. And it looked like they were put in there the week before. This is clear as they could be. I was so glad, you know, that at least I could do that. You know, it kind of made it close, you know, because I've always felt bad that I did not know any of my grandparents. And I felt bad when you kids were growing up that I didn't get to be with you more than, you know, than it was. But it wasn't our doings. It wasn't our fault. And so I told Steve, I said, main thing I hate is that I didn't see.
You want some more apple juice, son?
I got.
How do you want to eat?
So, so when you were in Tennessee, were you able to get any photos of your grandparents? Or?
No, I couldn't. They were taking me here and on. I mean, good. They didn't mess around with photos. They wanted to make sure I saw the real thing while I was still living, I guess.
Are you hungry?
But anyway, we had a wonderful time. It was really great.
Would you like yogurt? Yes? You want the banana? The apple? What would you like to eat?
Has he eaten anything?
He had some banana. He had breakfast with me, but he said he's hungry now.
Want a cracker? Does he like Triscuits or a graham cracker?
We're probably better off
Are we cooking a hamburger for him?
some. Well, he may be asleep by then, but we can cook it for him. He can have it later.
Okay.
You want? Do you want yogurt?
You want some of the
chips.
Could he eat any of the potatoes?
Oh, but you want? Oh yeah. Yeah, he'd like that. I think. What's the matter?
You want a little dish of potato salad for him out here, or you want? Okay.
Ah! Is this what you want?
I think he
Want
needs
this?
to eat.
Well, all right. I offered it to you. Okay, you changed your mind, huh? Okay. Thank you. No, I had an uncle, my dad's brother, that lived in the town where I was born. And then Dad has a sister that lived out on a farm. And I used to go and spend a lot of my summer with them. And my uncle was almost like a second dad to me. they never had any children of their own, and so we just kind of stuck together like glue, you know. He had a little country store there close to the house, and to sell to neighbors that they needed things to go into his store. And he had a big glass-tin counter, all kinds of candy in it. And I'd go look at it. In those days, I didn't care anything about candy at all. I preferred to have an apple or something like that. So I just let me come in the door of that store, and before I could get him past that counter, he'd get back there and he'd have these little paper sacks by his soap. And he'd say, pick out what you want, baby. And I said, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want to. But I'd go through the ritual, you know, picking out something else. He'd put all that bag out. That made him happy. But I feel sorry for kids nowadays that don't have a place like that to go. You know, I had, she said, I told you. And oh my God. And she filled that thing up with casserole. She made every one of us take up a spoon of it. That's what made us sick, was the casserole. We barfed, and we barfed.
Does it give you diarrhea?
It didn't kill us.
Does it give you diarrhea?
No.
No,
we
I thought
threw it up.
I thought it was used as a laxative.
We threw it up as fast as you can tell. But that didn't cure us. We
Sure. Well,
we still would sneak that salt shaker out. And even we're a little more clever about getting outside when we ate it. Wasn't as much fun.
Oh yeah, try. Ethan?
He must not be very hungry.
Okay. He's getting tired now. That's all right.
See, Grandpa ate it. That's not good.
You gonna leave that out?
I had Steve about 11 o'clock at night. The nurse would come in and wake us up with a good sound sleep. Girls, it's cocktail time. And it would be a little glass of castor oil and a slice of orange or something like that, you know. And I told him, I said, hey, I can't take this. There's no way I can get that down. I said, not unless you want to come in here with a mop. I said, you just better take it. Well, they wasn't going to be outdone. They switched. They brought me mineral oil. Now that I could take.
It's all right. He's just a bit tired.
Yeah, I know he is.
Look at his sleeping.
God, I sleep.
Look at his sleeping.
Yeah, when they get sleepy, they get kind of cranky. Although, mine, one time, I think it was David, in fact, I know it was, he was in the high chair, he'd been eating. And I was in the kitchen, busy starting to cook the evening meal. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go and check on him, which was right in the dining room there. And God love him. He went sound asleep, his face was down in the plate. There wasn't anything in the plate. He did up. And I got him up and carried him to his bed, and he didn't even know when I did that. I mean, he was out. And they usually, all the boys really were sleepyheads. I mean, they'd take a nap every day, and then they were ready to go to bed by 7 o'clock at night. So they'd get their bath early and eat and be in bed by 7 o'clock.
Well, when we were kids, that was about our bedtime.
Yeah.
After I Love Lucy, we had to go to bed, even if we weren't tired.
See, in those days, we didn't have, in fact, we didn't even have a television until David was born, and that was 1950. They were just coming out fairly good then.
and we had to flip the channel. We didn't have like the good, your good life. We had the rough life. We had to go up and change the channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yes. They didn't know anything about a remote in those days.
Now look at
We're
Western
darn lucky
society.
we had TV.
You know, everyone's going on Slim Fast because they're using the remote.
Yeah, that's right. And my mom used to tell me when I was little, she'd say, I walked to school in the snow 2 miles a day. See, well, I had a rough too. I had to flip the channels.
You poor baby. You had it rough. Well, I did.
So how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 2 brothers
You want
and
2
one
hamburgers,
sister.
kid?
By the
Want
way,
for each of you?
Steve,
Yeah.
hey, he's hard of hearing because of Indy 500.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You know, when he and Jane went to the races this year, well, he goes every year,
Mm-hmm.
but I was watching the race on TV, and I wasn't really paying any attention to the time or anything like that, but thank God I've got away from all that since I retired. My time is my time now. So anyway, the phone rang. And I never dream in 1,000 years if he could be calling me from Indy. But I picked up the phone, all I could hear was those tires. And I thought, God, I've been listening to that on TV. Only with my remote, I can flip it down, you know, and it don't blow your mind. And finally he came on, his voice. Mom, can you hear that? and I answered him, and I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And so he had me listening to the tires some more. And finally, he said, can you hear me, Mom? And I said, yeah. By then, I was yelling.
Mm.
And he still couldn't hear me. And I thought, oh, my gosh. I don't dare hang up until he hangs up, because I don't know what else he's got to say. And I could hear him fine, no problem. So finally, after a while, after the testing, he said, I'm going to hang up, Mom. I love you, and hung up, you know. And I thought, well, that was interesting, you know. And when he got back, I said, what was that all about? Anyway, I said, you couldn't hear me. I could hear you. And he said, oh, because we sat right down there close to the track, and he said, those cars go by, I couldn't hear. And I said, are you sure you had your earplugs out of your ear when you called? But I thought, Lord, that was worse on the phone than it was what I was getting on TV, because like I say, I could flip the TV down, you know, and it didn't go right through your head, you know.
Well,
And I thought, he's got me crazy to go and listen to that. That's all I had to say.
They had it for 2 years in downtown Denver.
Huh?
They had the race 2 years in a row in downtown Denver with the Indy cars. And I went down there and was able to be right behind a car as it was going around a corner. And the fumes coming out the car just gag you. It's methanol, it's alcohol. Wood alcohol is what they use for fuel. Oh man, you're burning your eyes and your lungs, and then the noise. If you stay there too long, you'll be deaf and you'll be dead.
I don't know how anybody can enjoy it. I tell you, I don't.
But they, some of the drivers, they really liked it. It was actually the slowest course that they had during the year because of the tight corners and driving through downtown and everything. And they had to put these massive scoops on the front of the wheels to cool the brakes, because it's a mile high and there's not as much oxygen there. and they had to have these people. It was 100 degrees, and they had to cool the brakes, and some of the brakes were burning out and everything. So it was quite a different race for everyone, and they kind of enjoyed it. But the organizers of the race, they weren't very good managers, and they went broke after 2 years, and so they never came back. But it was exciting to have it right in the middle of downtown.
Well, they had a tribute concert. Did you get that after I called and told Jane about it for Dale Earnhardt? You didn't
No,
turn
we
it on?
didn't turn it on. I'm not a NASCAR. I'm not a NASCAR fan. I'm not a NASCAR fan.
Well, that's what he was driving in the Indy 500.
No, he never showed big on it.
His son is now.
Yeah, there's nowhere in
Well,
the
it was good. You missed a
I've
you
watched
missed
it
a
every.
good-
I've been there
You
every
missed
year.
a good
and
concert.
There's no on Earnhardt in there.
So you had two brothers and one sister,
Yeah, they're
And-
all gone.
and you were the youngest,
Yeah.
oldest.
Youngest.
I'm asking her, Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
It's my mother.
I was the youngest of the family.
You were the baby.
Uh-huh.
So were you the spoiled one?
Pardon?
Were you the spoiled one?
No.
Being the youngest? No.
Nah, not her.
They didn't even know. They didn't even know the meaning of the word in those days.
Oh, yeah.
No, I see. My mom had my oldest brother and my sister were several years apart. Then my sister and my youngest brother were far apart. The closest one she had was me and my youngest brother, which was 18 months apart. But between my sister and I, was 8 years difference. So, you know, I felt like I was the only child growing up because my brother was gone. He had been married. I mean, he'd gotten married, and my youngest brother, he was in the service, and
What year was he in the service? Do you remember, or was it before? What was it? It was before World War II.
Yeah. They were both in World War II. Both of them.
Oh, they were.
well,
in
my
World War
oldest brother was
They were in
over
the
there.
ar-
My
in the-
oldest brother, this is during World War II. My oldest brother was over in England, and he was in Korea,
Wow.
and Germany, France. He was in all of those places. So, but my youngest brother now, he wasn't, I wouldn't call it he was in military part at all, because he organized Air Force bands.
Oh.
He was in the, he wasn't in the fighting side.
No, he wasn't in combat.
He was like the USO type part.
And he was still connected to the Air Force. Both of them
He's
retired.
Both of them retired.
And my sister died just about 3 years before I came out here. And my youngest brother, we didn't even know he had passed away because he was living in Washington, D.C. and operating the theater for the military base there. And he passed away in October, but we didn't know it until December. And his wife didn't notify any of his family.
Where is he buried now?
Honey, I don't know, but I know he wanted to be buried in Arlington, but I
You
didn't
don't know?
We never heard a peep out of her before he died or
I think you
after.
might be able to find on the internet. They might have all the people in Arlington on the internet.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
He
He's
wanted,
buried in Sawtell.
he wanted to be buried in National Cemetery, and Sawtell is where
Yeah,
he is.
he's buried in Sawtell. It's a national cemetery.
But you know, they started a new, well, it's not new anymore, and I don't know if they've changed it or not. But at the time when Uncle Henry had his stroke, they didn't have any room there at Sawtell Hospital. And so we ended up, we had to have him admitted out there at the LA General Hospital. but, and we couldn't, their thing they were pulling then that they could not be buried in Sawtell unless they died in the hospital there on the grounds. Well, Uncle Henry didn't die there, so he couldn't be buried there.
Uncle Henry was in
And so, you know, I
Spanish
thought,
American War.
Yeah.
I thought that was shame, you know, that
He fought with
Spanish
Kennedy.
American War veteran, you know, and I thought this is getting pretty bad when they get that picky that they can't be buried in national cemeteries.
Son, you're the 1, 2, 3, 4. You're the least. You're the 5th generation of Henry and me. We'll get a chance and after the quiet time, I'll show you some family stuff. Come down.
But what you get on a piece of paper, Dad, is not what I'm
I
getting
know.
from Grandma right now.
I know.
You can put all the family tree on a piece of paper, but you
Yeah.
can't. The stories aren't there.
I
are
know.
they? Yeah.
No, they're-
Well, being as we kept running up against brick walls, so to speak, why we even had McKinley Mortuary. They were just super to us, and we, you know, everything was happening. We wasn't prepared to, you know, to put out extra costs to, you know, bury. But we wanted him to have a decent burial.
We had a military burial.
He loved me. I mean, you know, he was always so appreciative of everything I did for him. Well, it was no big deal, you know. But anyhow, we told him, the mortuary there, you know, the situation we were in and all. And I'll never forget it. He just looked at me and he said, you know what, he deserves, you know, to be buried decently. I thought, you know what, I was feeling the same way. But he said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. He said, we'll just tell the cemetery. And the mortuary was right there, but apparently it was a different ownership, you know. And he said, we'll just tell the cemetery that they'll have to go halves on costs. And that's what they did. They went on halves. And so he's buried in Inglewood. But he did. They furnished the American flag and, you know, everything.
So they had the 21 gun salute. They had the whole deal. They had a regular military salute.
Oh yeah, it was.
And
It was apropos. It was fitting.
And Dad couldn't get, the government wouldn't pay for a headstone for him. And later on, this is my recollection, Mom would know better than I would. But later on, I don't know how many years later, he was able to get him one. And he's got a Spanish-American War bronze headstone. It's really cool.
Well, he was a sweetheart.
He was
I
a
just
sweetheart.
loved him for listening to things in his life, you know, which was so interesting. But yet, you know, he was very nonchalant about everything. You know, no big deal. But I can see him yet. He used to sit in the rocking.
Why don't you move that umbrella to there to shake Grandma from the sun?
Okay?
The sun's on the back of her chair.
Yeah.
Might get a bit hot.
Oh, well, I can move, honey. Did I do it?
You all right?
Oh, the sun's over there.
Yeah.
The
Should
sun's
be all right.
over there.
Is she all right there? No.
Will that
But
lift up?
he used to sit in a rocking chair in front of the fireplace. He had, you know, rheumatism, especially in the winter.
She's still lined up with the lens?
He loved that
Yeah, I'll
fireplace.
fix it once you.
But he was always reading a paperback book of some kind, you know. And he had those kind of colored pencils. One end was blue, one end was red. And he would read something, you know. And he said, there's subterfuge. He marked it with red. But if it's something that really appealed to him, he'd mark it with blue, you know, just underline. And I thought, oh my gosh. And of course he didn't know I would hear it, but it was, you know, he was talking to himself, but he was talking out loud, you know. And I get the biggest kick out of that.
There, that's good.
You know, he didn't know I heard it, but it was funny. It was so funny. But he was a corker. You know that picture you've got in there in that bedroom of him?
Yeah,
That was my picture.
I know.
He gave it to me. He came one time to stay with us, and he had some of them in Lord's, and he showed it to me, and I looked at him and I said, boy, you was a good-looking dude.
Yeah, I
What?
remember that.
And it tickled him to breathe. He just thought that was, you know, so great that I thought he was, you know, so
Yeah.
good looking. And so that's how I got the little one there, you know.
You're talking about the one, okay, the little one, okay.
In the bedroom in there.
Well, I've got a picture of him too when he was a young man,
A what?
upstairs. When he was a young man.
Yeah, well, the little one in there is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was when he's older though.
No, I don't think so. Maybe so,
Yeah,
but...
you're thinking of the one where he's older. I've got that other one when he was a young man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's upstairs, up on
Well,
the wall.
yeah, I had that one too, but anyway, I know.
You gave it to me, Mom.
Well, maybe I did, honey. But I know I discovered one time when I was at Cindy's, she helped herself to the only newspaper clipping of our wedding picture that we had. The only one we ever had. And
You all right there? You want another one?
no thanks. I'm gonna fish this one.
All right.
And
You want a glass of ice or anything?
no, I'm fine, honey.
Okay.
Thank you. I just thought, well, she didn't even ask me or anything. She just helped herself went through a box of pictures that I had left with her to take care of. And she just helped herself to that. She put it in a glassed and closed frame, you know. And I thought, wow. But, of course, you know, it's nice if somebody asks you, but if they just help themselves and you don't know it, it kind of goes against your brain a little bit. If I'd had more than that one, it wouldn't have mattered, but that's the only one I had.
Oh, you got the vanilla cream.
That's a cream soda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, I never could go those things. When they first came out and I was a kid, I had a girlfriend. Her dad had a phone station there. And they had the big boxes, you know, they put all the soft drinks in.
Yeah, I know.
And I
Would
thought,
you make
well,
some
I'll
gestures?
try one of
Gestures.
All right.
those. Sick. I was so sick. Lillian had one of those out at Doe's recently. And it sure didn't sit with her.
I like it.
It is.
Okay, we got some.
It is so.
Oh, you want me to move the
sweet.
wire now, Dad?
The what?
The wire so you don't trip on it?
Now the 3 with toothpicks are buffalo.
So what?
honey? Oh, okay.
So what were the names of your brothers and sisters?
What, huh?
The names of your brothers and sisters?
Names?
Yeah.
My oldest brother was named Fred Doak.
Fred Doak?
Uh-huh.
Doak. Where'd the Doak come from?
I don't know.
Oh.
And my sister's name was Grace Truman.
Oh, after.
I don't know that
Truman,
either.
oh,
I think it was a book, I'm not sure.
Yep.
And, you know, in those days, people will name their kids after a book they've read they like, or, you know,
Yeah.
some kind of thing. She tried to name me after a book, too. And I got lucky. Of course, I didn't know it, but I got lucky.
What's your middle name?
Faye, F-A-Y. See, then my brother, my youngest brother, his name's Lowell Howard. Okay, then I came along, and of course, Mom, when she had the baby there at home, why, she had a real good friend that was with her, you know, during the process. And she never had any girl. She had one boy, but she didn't have a girl. So Mom was trying to think of what to name it, you know, I mean, the middle name. She already decided on Dorothy, but she thought about Paige, you know, Dorothy Paige. And she was kind of mulling it over with her friend, and her friend spoke up and she said, well, why don't you name her Faye, after me? Her name was Faye. She said, I don't have a little girl. She said, I'd like to have one floating around that's got my name, part of my name. So Mom said, okay. So I ended up with Dorothy Faye. That's how I got lucky. But she was built a lot like my mom. And I loved her to death once I got to know her over and you know who she was. And oh, she would just hug me and take over me because, you know, here I was, I had part of her name. So she felt proud about that. And there was some lady I met in the beauty shop back home.
You guys want cheese on your hamburgers?
Yeah.
You do?
Sure.
Yeah, how about you?
Is it a reduced fat cheese?
No.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more.
He eats too much fat, and he's not monitoring
Well,
his
he's
fat.
not supposed to.
Yes, I do. I watch myself.
Honey,
How can I get fat when I have so fast?
What? You didn't know how much fat was in that energy bar. You got to know the fat content of everything you eat.
But I'm not going to worry about it so much to where I'm going crazy worrying about it.
No, you don't worry about it. You look at it. You say, okay, this has got 13% fat. That's a bit high. Okay, I'll have a little bit now, and then the rest of the day I won't have.
That's right.
Yeah, but if you ignore it,
No, I
if
don't
you
know.
ignore it,
I don't know.
Kid, no, he's been very, very good about
I just
watching
don't-
that, and so has Jane.
yeah, but he should be buying reduced fat cheese and things like that.
Well, sometimes you can't always find
That's
it.
no cholesterol.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Well, that
I just, yeah, I know.
He's about ready to kick my ass. When you get out here.
no, both of them. No, both now. Both of them.
I know.
Back up.
Well, he needs to get attacked from all
Well,
sides. You see?
Yeah,
No,
he asked me if
no,
it was
both of
so
them have
fat, and I
been
said,
real
no,
good
I didn't
about
know.
about
That's cool.
watching.
That's
things.
cool. That's cool.
Honey, I'll take up for you.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
takes care of me.
He's been
I don't want you having another heart attack, making me come out here and see you again.
No,
You
we're
see?
not going through that again.
No.
Hey, that'd be one way to get him out here. Yeah.
No, he didn't come. Hey, he didn't come the last time. What makes you think he'll come this time? You better not count on it, because your mom won't make it through it.
Well, let me tell you, it would have been a big waste of money because all I heard is he was hallucinating, and you wouldn't even remember me coming out.
Oh, I would have.
Oh, that was the anesthetic they were giving him
Oh,
for a
no, I was-
while. And once they knew, they switched. They took him off.
Yeah, they took me off. I told them, I said, I don't like this stuff. It's doing so-and-so, explained it, and then they got me off of it.
They did. They took him off.
He
put him
comes
in-
home and he can't sleep for maybe 10 or 15 minutes at a time, you know. And in the middle of the night, he'd get me up and we'd walk the house.
Well, I remember.
I'd lay down and go back to sleep and he goes, can you straighten out this rug? I might fall over it. At this point.
Well, I don't
She
know.
was really glad that we got married.
But I was so proud of him. He just come through that like a champ. He never complained, nothing.
Oh, I
Had no way of knowing how much pain he was in or anything. And doll.
Except when, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't even touch my hand.
I went to see the surgeon. We had the follow up after the surgeon, and we're sitting in the waiting room, and all around us were all these. I mean, you can see scars and people on crutches and wheelchairs and waiting for their follow-up calls. I'm sitting there. What am I doing with all these sick people? so anyway, I got tired of sitting there. So what? I got up and started walking up and down the hall. Get away from all that, you know?
Yeah. That's the reason I just go to the clinic once a year. Because some of those that come in there, I thought, oh God, you know. So I usually try to take a crossword puzzle with me and, you know, work on that so I don't have to pay attention to a lot of it. I thought, hey girl, you're 81 years old. You know, but there's some of them I know were a lot younger than me, but all the shape they were in, I'm telling you what. Pitiful.
Well, there's a guy sitting there with his pillow and this is check. They give you a pillow when you're sick.
Oh, yeah.
It's for helping you with your breathing. You know, you got to do it because if you have to cough like this, you got to hold something. If you have a sneeze coming on, or if you, I forget, there was some exercise we had, and that was to help. I still have it. I have it in my car. This guy had his, and was sitting there like this. I was sitting right next to him.
Yeah, Jane was telling me some of them in there were just terrible.
Yeah.
They had taken care of, you know.
I was how many days was it when I was walking up and down the halls? It was like that.
Oh, you was walking down the hall the very next day.
Was it okay. I thought it was there early.
Kevin and I was there, and they came in and got you with the little cart, you know, and you took off.
Yeah.
Well, when I had my surgery, which was no picnic, they had me up walking to the door. And then the next day it was a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, you know, until before I left there, which was on the fourth day, half day. We were going all the way around. And we passed the nurse's station one evening and said, look at her go! Oh. But they want you to walk, you know, with any kind of surgery. They want you to get and walk. When I had Steve, you had to stay in bed for 10 days. And I had a false alarm and I used up 2, so I had 8 left. So I thought, oh my God. And I got home and I was weak as a kid. I just didn't have inner energy at all. So when I was expecting Bob, I told Dad, I said, I'm coming home tomorrow. No, you're not. I said, oh, yes, I am. I said, if you don't come and get me, I'll get a cab. And you'll pay for it. And he knew I meant it, too. So he was there. And I told my doctor, I said, I'm going home tomorrow, Dr. Comstock. I said, letting you in this bed is for the birds. I said, you just lay here and get weak. And he said, well, you not having any complication or anything. He said, I don't know why not. I thought, he's my kind of doctor. So I did. I went home the next day, and from then on, except for the twins, I went home the next day. And it was funny. Dad took his vacation time, you know, when I had the baby, so he could see after the boys and kind of sort of look after me. And so I had to go to the bathroom. I went and I was getting up. And I was, no problem. Dad, he said, don't you get out of that bed. I said, I'm going to the bathroom. He said, no, he said, you might hemorrhage or something. I said, I am all right. I'm going to the bathroom. So I said, get out of my way, I'll go through you.
Guess what Dad did?
So he scooted over.
He got out of the way.
He got over to the side of the door and let me go by. And And from then on, he didn't give me any problems. You know, he knew that I was, and so I made one big mistake. One big mistake. This was after I had Tracy, and I thought, well, you know, I'm going to walk into the kitchen, and I'm going to see what's going on. That was a big mistake. The minute the dad saw me walk in that kitchen, good, I can get out of here now. She can go back to cooking.
Uh-oh.
And I thought, hey, I'm not ready for that yet. I just wanted to come in and check on you. I said, you know, I said, you've been leading me to believe you can't even boil water without burning it. But I said, now you can turn out a mean steak when you want to.
Anybody want tea?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, Grandma does.
So I was back in the kitchen before I wanted to be, needless to say. But I did much, much better by going home and getting up and going to the bathroom or whatever I could do than laying in there, you know, in the hospital in that bed and just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Well, I taught them something. They realized that you are better off to get up and move and walk right away. And they're doing the same thing with surgery. They know that you get stronger, you get back your everything that you had before if you just get up and get out of the bed and walk. So when I had my surgery, my legs went to water. I didn't quite make it to the door because I had help. I had Bob on one side and a little nurse's aide on the other. I said, whoa, can't go any further, you know. And they said, you did good, we'll go back. So the next night, why, she came back and Bob stayed right with me all the way through. And so she said, do you think you make it all better? I said, yeah, I think so, because in the meantime, pulling the IV with me, I was going to the bathroom during the day and at night if I had to go. So I made it quite a ways past the door the second night. Well, each night it was further and further and further. And I was getting my strength back. But my energy was low, very low. I ran into my surgeon at the hospital where I worked. I worked at Children's Hospital, and he had a patient there, and I happened to get on the elevator on the back part as he was coming in the front part, and I asked him, I said, Dr. Johnson, I said, did you take my energy box out while you was in there? And he's, no. I said, well, I'm getting very frustrated. I said, I'm not getting my energy back the way it used to be. And he looked at me and he says, my dear, it's a good year before you really start feeling like your old self again. And I said, is that right? He said, yes. And I said, well, at least I know now, you know. And that helped a lot. So I didn't know it, but when we got off the elevator, I went one way and he went another, but he was watching me as I went down the hall. I went down there to check on a little patient to see what they wanted to eat. And he said, hey, and we happened to get back on the elevator again
How many
at the
more
same
buffalo?
time.
All three buffalo?
He said, hey, you're getting around all right. And I said, yeah, I'm getting around okay, doctor, but it's just that my energy is, you know, not up to par. And I said, but it's helped to know it's going to take time. So it did, he was right. It took about a year. But I got around that. Instead of carrying heavy stuff like I did before, I knew I couldn't do that. So what I do, I take, like instead of carrying a whole tray out to the dining room, I take, like after the coffee for the staff in the morning, after they went through the dishwasher, and they cool down, I took them and put them on each one of my fingers, on both hands, and I carried them out there and put them in the tray. That's how I got around that, you know. So, and it worked fine, you know, no problem. But he, I was so frustrated because it seemed like I wasn't going to ever feel like I did before. But after a year, I did. I felt like just, well, in fact, better after, you know, after the whole year. That's what I told Steve. I said, you know, you feel, you know, better after the end of the year.
I've had 2 back surgeries, and it takes a year to before you're...
Any kind of surgery.
And they even say the thing put under, the anesthetic, actually affects your brain for a whole year afterwards.
Well, I'm thinking that's true for Lillian, the manager over there where I live. She had surgery last August. And I've noticed a lot of times that she forgets what she tells me something, you know. And then she'll bring it up again later, like she hadn't even told me that I didn't know about it, and I did. But I don't let on, you know, about it, because there for a while, it really did bother her. In fact, a few times she looked at me and she said, am I losing it? You know? And it was really bothering her. I knew it did. And she's allergic to so much that any kind of anesthetic they give her, it just knocks her for a kite. And she said, Dorothy, I was a terrible patient. She said, I was yelling, I was screaming. And I said,
Dinner served.
it is? And I said, well, what caused it? She said, Dad said, she said, my body does not tolerate any kind. I said, well, honey, the kind of surgery you had, for crying out loud. I said, they practically had to replace everything on the inside. I mean, push it up. It was all out of place. And I said, you know good and well you'd never go through that without anesthetic. So she said, well, they finally switched, I guess, to something else. They just had to experiment more or less on her. And they finally got on to something that she could tolerate a little bit better. But, and it's made a big difference in her. But I don't say anything because I know that she's having a hard time. She's having a hard time. But I just go along, you know. But now she's getting lately, she'll say, did I tell you? You know. And when she starts to tell me, I say, yes, you did. Or sometimes, no, she hasn't. You know. So I'm going along with her. She of course, that job over there has, you know, a lot on her mind. But she's done real well, considering everything. She's done real well. But we're her daughter and son-in-law,
Businesses are really good.
over the wall, you know, and fell in the pool. It just scared me to death. And I jumped up out of bed and I started running through the house through the den and opened flipped on the outside light and opened my glass door to look out. And about that time, he come up to the surface of the pool, and it was Tracy. He says, "Hi, Mom." 3 o'clock in the morning. And I went out there and I gave him a piece of my mind.
What did you do? Climb over the fence?
Tracy,
Did he climb over the fence?
he drove all the way in from where the warehouse was.
What did he do? Climb over the fence?
Yeah. And it was summer, and it was, it'd been real warm. Those days had been real warm. And he decided, well, he was going to come out there and get in the pool. and the fool didn't stop to realize that at that hour of the morning, people are going to be in bed asleep, and I guess he didn't expect me to hear that water. I mean, when he hit that water. What he did, he dived off the diving board, is what he did. That's why it made such a splash. If he'd have just gone down the slide or whatever, it wouldn't have been so noisy. But that never scared me so bad in my life, and I just thought a little kid had some way or other got over the wall and fell in the pool. And
So did he leave, or what happened after that?
oh no,
He just kept swimming?
He stayed in there until he got through with his swimming. and I was all fired mad that what I did, I turned the light out on him, and I closed the door and locked it, and I went back in, went back to bed. I don't know when he left. I guess he went back the way he came in. He went back over the wall. Because he certainly didn't try to come in through the house. And I thought, oh my God, what are they trying to do to me? Kill me? But I thought, oh my gosh. But I had that pool completely drained and had it repainted. My two nephews on Dad's side, they weren't busy at the studios at that time. And so they even came.
What studios was that?
Huh?
What studios was that?
Well, see, Bob worked at, I think most of the time he was working at MGM. And, well, he did work for the Republic for a while. But their Uncle Bob worked for the studios for, I guess, about 32 years. And he spent most of the years with MGM. But he worked for a lot of the studios. He worked for Paramount and Republic, and I don't think he ever worked at Lucille Desi Studios. He did probably before they bought it. I can't remember what the name of that studio was.
Desilu?
Well, that's what they named it after they bought it, but there was another name before they bought it. And he didn't work there after they bought it, but he did before. And there was a lot of times in the summer when school was out, Dad worked there too. And where they really made the money, well, it was darn good money, period, but especially when they go out on location and had to do night scenes, they really made good money. And they were out on location, he and his brother Bob, when they were shooting Misfits with Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe. And I remember them telling me, they said, it wasn't long after that picture was finished that Clark Gable died. And I heard him talking. I heard Dad and Bob talking. I said, well, I'm not surprised. I knew. I said, because Marilyn Monroe was notorious about showing up late. Clark Gable was just that way, you know. And it was frustrating as hell to him, you know. When he come in there on time, he wanted to get with it. He wanted to, you know, do the job and be done with it. But with her, she'd come in there 3 or 4 hours late or whatever, whenever she felt like. And Clark Gable, it was hard for him to handle that. He just had a hard time with that. And I think he had some kind of a slight heart condition anyway. So that didn't do him any good at all. And so finally, when the movie did come out, it wasn't advertised too much to where, you know, you would go to this theater or that theater to see it. But when they started showing it on TV, I watched it. I wanted to see what it was all about. And I could just pretty well read through the whole thing. I thought, because really, I never did think she was that much of an actress, you know. And I thought, you know, if that had anybody else but her, it would have been a very, very good movie. But it just wasn't. You couldn't get impressed with it at all. So I told Dad that before they did finally come out with that he didn't see it on TV. He was gone. But I told Dad, I said, you know, what did you think, you know, about it? I said, do you think it's going to be a good movie or not? He said, honey, I don't know. He said, you know, it was such an uproar all the time that he said you couldn't keep track of it, you know, at all. And so that pretty much told me that, well, maybe I couldn't expect an awful lot, but I did get to see it. And I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't surprised.
So are there names in the credits of the movie?
No, they never run those. They never do run those.
So in all the movies they worked on, their name never showed up in the credits?
No, they just didn't roll it. They don't run those.
They only put the main actors and like the director, producer, writer, and that's it.
Director, producer,
Screenplay and all that.
Yeah. But as far as the scenery guys are concerned, they never run those.
So is that what they mainly did? Is
See, when they made a lot of the indoor movies on the stage, then that a lot of times that was during school time. Dad wasn't in that, but there's been times that he and his brother Bob, and this is what.
It was Bob Smith?
No, Bob Stephen.
Bob
his
Stephen.
brother.
Oh.
His brother.
Oh, your husband's brother.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And then Bob and Chuck, they are the brothers of Dottie Lee. They're the Clark brothers. Okay. They worked at the studio. So did
Chuck Clark?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So did her son that Steve was telling you about, that Dottie's son that his brother adopted, or her uncle adopted, which was Bob, Uncle Bob. Okay, he's worked in the studios too, as well. And so, I guess you could say it was kind of more or less kind of handed down sort of thing, you know. They
Well, know I've wanted to do stuff like that my whole life, but
Well,
my
they
dad never told me anything about the family working in the
Oh
studio.
yeah,
He
they
never told me.
Bob, his uncle Bob, which is his dad's brother, worked for studios for 32 years. And he
So
made-
what other movies besides the Misfits were
Oh,
they involved? Can you
they-
remember a few?
There was a lot of them, and of course, like I started to say a while ago, a lot of them, or at least part of them, were shot in a studio. And he would paint things like a door to make it look a certain way, like if it was supposed to take place in a historic house.
Yeah, yeah,
Make it look aged.
yep.
Different colors of the wall,
Yeah.
or wallpaper,
Yeah.
you know, and all those things. Well, now when they're out on location, they're more or less like on a standby. They like it if it's a night scene and they're using a car with headlights. Okay, they have to go and they've got to put something on those lens before they won't glare, you know,
On the headlights themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and things like that. So really, there was two things going for a location deal. They made more money, especially if it's night, plus very little work to do, you know. It wasn't anything like being on the inside, you know. But we went through, seemed like, I don't know where it was, 20th Century or MGM, but it was one of the studios where they shot E.T. and one that was war airplane in combat. You wouldn't believe. You just don't believe what they can do to make you think that's a real big plane there, you know, and that's what they're really doing. They're just little model planes, and they got them hanging from the ceiling, you know, in between, you know, to use.
Was it Warner Brothers, maybe?
Another time.
Was it Warner Brothers?
A lot of it's make-believe stuff.
The Warner Brothers studio, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah.
That one.
And it's very interesting. But in a way, it was kind of a letdown for me. You know, I thought, oh, they're not really in a plane. They're not this.
Yeah.
You know.
When you see how they make it, it takes away the magic.
It did. It really did. You know. And of course, that the part of the set of E.T. You know. It just was unreal. It was just
Did they work on any other Marilyn Monroe movies or Clark Gable movies?
No, because he died shortly after that film was completed. Now, he made a lot before that, but with somebody else.
With other actors?
Yeah.
Can you remember any of the famous actors like Humphrey Bogart or anyone like that? Or?
Well, no, I remember Tallulah Bankhead.
Tallulah?
Tallulah Bankhead.
Never heard of her.
She was in, she had a real deep voice, and she had a certain way of speaking that you didn't get. And she was quite a character actress. She was good. She was one of the way back good ones, you know. I mean, when it was in the time that they were believable, you know, and she owned the ranch. It was called Falk Ranch. That was right down at the end of the street, on the other side of the side street there, because we lived on the last home we had was on a cul-de-sac. but that ranch was on the other side of the street, only street to get you in there. And it was, they had,
In Los Angeles.
in the San Bernardino Valley.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Actually, the town where we were living in out there was Cloverton. And right across the boulevard was Granada Hills. And then right across that boulevard was Northridge. And then Chatsworth, you know, and all those. Well, they had Arabian horses there. There was James. Oh, that orchestrator. He was married to Betty Grable.
Oh.
Harry James. He had a couple of Arabian horses there. It was a beautiful place. It was all fenced in with white fence, and you wouldn't even know that it was there. You know, we didn't have flies or anything. They kept it spotless, beautiful green grass, which Tallulah Bank had loaned that ball range. And she used to, when she had time, she would come out there and stay. She had a little, like a guest house there that she stayed in when she came out. And
Excuse me.
that's where I liked her right then and there. But she played with Humphrey Bogart. And she passed away a long time ago. But she was friendly. She was nice. She was friendly. She didn't put on airs or anything like that.
So did she ever have you over or anything?
Who?
Tallulah, did she ever have you over to her house or? Her...
No, because she was on vacation.
Oh yeah.
And
She just wanted to relax.
yeah, she just come out there to relax and be on her own land, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
She wasn't spread because, you know, you're cooped up in a condominium or something like that.
Want to go back in the pool?
You want to go to a boat? You want to go to a boat?
What? What? Pool. You want to come back?
I was reading this recently about there's a colored guy that was a butler that's been a butler for a lot of the movie stars, and he was telling about each one that he was butler to. He got, you know, ground floor about a lot of, you know, certain ones. It's very interesting reading, very interesting. And I kind of laughed. He ran into Robert Wagner as he was getting out of the car there, the place where he hurt. And he didn't mean any harm by it. But he, you know, he went up to see if he had any service or anything like that. And when he walked up to him, he said, well, you're better looking in person than you are on the screen. And he said, the first reaction I got from him was like, you know, are you after autograph or what, you know? And he realized right away probably what Robert Wagner was thinking, you know. And he didn't lose any time by letting him know that it wasn't that at all. He was just impressed by his appearance. And he said as soon as Robert Wagner realized, you know, what it was all about, he said, you wouldn't want to find a nicer guy than he is. he told me, you know, what he'd enjoyed watching him in. Like he was on the TV series that I like real well with Stephanie Powers.
The Heart to Heart.
Uh-huh. And just a lot of
He's in the Austin Powers movies. That T-shirt I was wearing.
Oh,
he's in those.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, he is a good person. I mean, you know, you just can't get away from that. It shows all over. And
he was married to Natalie Wood, and she died. Fell off the boat and died.
She drowned out there off of Catalina. And of course, the guy that was on the boat with them, I just saw him recently in a TV movie. And at first, for the first time I saw him, when all that came out about Natalie, you know, I thought, my God, he's not really anything to look at, so to speak, you know. But when I saw him just recently in a movie, I couldn't hardly recognize him because he is good looking now. He has changed so much, you know, that he's really good looking, and he's a darn good actor. He's a good actor. He's very convincing. And, you know, there was all kinds of stuff coming out at the time that she drowned. They never really knew for sure, but they pretty well indicated they'd been drinking, and I guess she was probably overdoing flirting with him, and Robert took exceptions to that, and they, you know, kind of locked horns, and now I guess it was all over with. As far as Robert was concerned, it was, you know, it was all over with, but she probably, the only thing they could figure out, because neither one of them that were on that boat even knew that she had come up on deck and took the dinghy out because she was afraid of water. So it didn't make sense that she would, you know, get in a dinghy unless she was pretty well polluted, you know, and mad, I suppose, too, along with it. And she didn't have a brain in her head because she had on she didn't have a life jacket on. She had a heavy down-filled jacket on, and she's sunk like a rock, you know. So, really, from what I could see and from all I could read and hear about it, nobody had anything to do with it but her. She was the only one that was causing it.
So she got angry or embarrassed or whatever, and got in the
little bit both.
boat to get out, to get away from it.
Yeah, she thought she could head over to the island.
Okay,
you know,
take it to Catalina.
Which they weren't docked very far from them, you know.
Yeah.
And she thought, well, I'll just get in the dinghy and I'll go over there and I'll have a few more drinks and I'll show them, you know. That was probably her attitude, because she had a temper, you know. And so, of course, neither one of them, Robert or Wilkins, never thought about her doing something stupid like that, you know. Neither one of them were around when she pulled that stuff. And so, it was terrible, because Robert and her, this was her second marriage around to each other, see. And so he could easily get married for a long time. Well, have you got all the water you want?
I don't think so.
Oh, the water makes you thirsty, huh? Well, That's the way it goes. Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, gonna put it there for a while. Oh no, I'm not gonna get it. No.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care if you take a drink.
I'm not gonna take it. No way. No way. I'm not gonna take that.
I've just been teaching him that when he's finished with his drink, he just sets it down on a table. He doesn't have to throw it on the ground or anything like that. So he puts it down when he's taking a breath. See? Put it down and take a breath.
Ah,
Pick it up and have another drink.
good stuff.
Apple juice, he says.
I can smell it all the way over here. Yeah, that's apple, right? Apple juice. Huh, Dad? Oh, boy. Whoa. What's in that apple juice anyway? Huh?
Wait.
I bet you've seen that on TV. I bet you have seen that on TV.
Apple juice.
Mm.
That's what he does. Yeah,
You're gonna do what you see, huh?
yeah, he does.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-oh. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
That belongs to Ethan.
Dad bought him this.
That's
Well,
Ethan's bottle.
Yesterday, then, what was it, one more? Because the vest wasn't working.
Ah, you got the dropsy. Uh-oh.
Just leave you there, so you
You're a good drinker, aren't you?
Yes. You want to go back in the pool now? Huh? Or you had enough?
It's starting to cool off.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm watching you. You just about killed it off. Oh. Grandma's getting out.
Sure.
What have you got, Ethan? Ethan, show me. Hey, what's on your shoes? Hey, what's on your shoes? Who's that? Oh my goodness. Is that poo? Wow, those are some nice shoes you got there. Yeah. Be a good boy. Ethan. Yeah. Yeah. I will touch. You want to put on your shirt? You want me to put on your shirt? You want to wear your Winnie the Pooh shirt? Huh? Come. It's over here. Come. Come.
Well, that wasn't enough. Today they were gonna take They still come by the house.
America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner.
Hi, Ethan.
Test drive the Hyundai Elantra. Nicely equipped for just $11,939 at your Hyundai dealer.
Ethan. You want to see the picture? Here.
Elantra for just $189 at your local Hyundai dealer.
Hi, Ethan. Go sit by Granddad. Go sit by Granddad. Yeah.
Can you sit up here? Oh boy.
You might not be interested
What a
in
big
paying
boy.
a fortune.
Big boy.
Probably interested in paying the electric.
See, Ethan, look.
Do you think they scored?
Ethan,
Get started on a career.
I'm gonna film you.
18 months. Feels confident.
This is the Bay Bridge.
No, this is Carquinez.
Carquinez Bridge?
Yeah.
A couple of pictures of Katie and
We're going over a part of the Delta.
that's your cousin Kaylee. Wonder why they're building the new one. Great company that's carrying him. Real clear. I think that's where old Charles
That's closed down. That's a tourist thing. He's a second. I went over there. Skyline. Let's see.
throw that book, Ethan.
This might be. Darn.
It would have taken a lot longer. Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah.
What's yours?
I was wondering
Everybody else?
yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, let me see what I look like. Oh, great.
And I got food in my mouth.
Me too.
Okay, Ethan, just a sec. Let me take the photo.
Oh, you didn't. Uh-oh. You have to push the thing.
I did.
As long as that light's on.
I know you're tricky. I just met you, but I know
You
you're
got it.
glad I'm taking pictures.
Wait for class.
Ethan, Ethan, can you smile?
I'm so glad Pat.
Gotcha.
Well, I am. Pat? It's not the way I heard it. She had to wear one of those halos. I had to tell me to put the spruce on. See, this is the place with them. This is what's good. See, it's not the kind that I don't need one of those. And he was guessing he was estimating the cost of 3 or 4. Yeah, but just $10 storage at the corner grocery store.
She's gonna.
Oh, they're great.
Ears itch. You have itchy ears. Itchy ears.
That's all right. You have nothing.
Mouth is full.
Yeah, that's all right.
Swallow.
No, Ethan. I'll take your photo. Smile.
I can live with less of them.
Smile. Yeah. That's a good boy.
Well, he knows that.
Gotta get everybody in. Gotta record this event.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. There's no shuttle service in. There's no.
There's some commuter flights over to the coast.
No, I mean vans. That's too far. That's too far. Yeah, that's too far. They'll go from here to. They'll pick us up in Woodland and take you to the San Francisco airport. If we're on a long trip, then what we do is we get a shuttle service. It's called the Davis Airport. Comes by the house, picks us up, takes us to the airport, picks us up at the airport and brings us back. And it's cheaper than paying for the parking and having your car out in the open for a couple of weeks or whatever. So it is cheaper to do that. We found that out. And then, of course, I charge it on my card. I could pay them while I'm there. I'll charge it on the card and I get miles.
I want
And it's
one.
paid off. We went to the Ironman last July,
No, Ethan.
and we've got enough
Ethan.
now to go see him.
Ethan.
At least one of us. I mean, pay for one ticket. I don't think we'll get enough between now and the time to go see him. I'm working on it. You know, whenever we had some gutters put on the house, and first thing I asked is, do you take Visa? And I had to put a roof on the house back a few years ago, and that's the first thing I asked, and they did. It was sad because that was like $8,000, $8,500. And anyway, they said, yeah, the down payment, no, but the rest of it. So that was a nice little chunk. In fact, that's what I did. That's what I did over here when we ate. I looked to see who took Visa.
Yeah.
How weird he was at trains in his presence.
What's your name? What? Ethan. Where are we, Ethan? We're in Denver. Woohoo! There's Denver way over there. Through the beautiful brown smoke.
Yeah, it looks like rush hour's just started.
See if I can get into, zoom into downtown from here. It's kind of tough with all the haze. Oh, there we are. Oh, very difficult to keep a still picture. downtown Denver. Dad used to live over there. No, Mama never been there. Well, you're the first one.
First one.
The cash register building. Yeah, one. That's called the cash register building. At least we call it that.
See that balloon carrying Pooh up into the tree? Pay no attention to me, Pooh said, sticking his paw into a hole in the tree. He pulled it right out again when a bee flew out and landed on his nose. Look at that, Ethan. See the bee on his nose?
Bee.
Yes, that's right. It's a bee.
No.
I think the bees suspect something, said Pooh. Perhaps they think you're after their honey, called Christopher Robin. Well, you never can tell with bees, replied Pooh. But I think it would help to fool the bees if you would open your umbrella and say, "Tut, tut, it looks like rain." So Christopher Robin opened his umbrella and pretended that a rainstorm was coming to the 100-acre wood. There's Christopher Robin with his umbrella. Hey, where are you going? The story's not over. Come here. Look, there's Christopher Robin with his umbrella. We gotta finish the story. Oh, that is your cousin, Kaylee.
Bye.
Hi. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Give Daddy a hug. Yes.
I gotcha.
How you doing?
Good.
How are you, honey bun? There's no honey in there. Oh, brother, said Pooh, as he lifted the jar from the shelf. Empty again. Only the sticky parts left. Just then a bee flew in through the window and landed on Pooh's ear. Pooh listened thoughtfully to the buzzing little bee. Then the bee stung him on the ear, and his ear swelled up like a big basketball. No. The only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know of is because you're a bee, said Pooh. And the only reason for being a bee is to make honey. And the only reason for making honey is so I can eat it, he concluded with a chuckle. Pooh followed the bee out the door of his home and through the 100-acre wood. And when he came to a honey tree, he began to climb it. As Pooh climbed the tree, he sang a little song to
Ethan,
himself.
Auntie Patty asked you not to do that. Ethan, no, please.
He sang a little song to himself. It went something like this. When I'm rumbly in my tummy, it's time to get some honey. But I wouldn't climb a tree if I could fly just like a bee.
He's very
Pooh
cute.
climbed a little higher and then higher still. He was just about to reach for the honey when the branch he was sitting on went crack. Oh, help, cried
I didn't comb his hair this morning, and that's what happens.
Oh,
It
you
looks
see
great.
what I meant to
think
do?
it looks good. Lots of
But by
curls.
this time, Pooh had already hit the ground with a thump. As Pooh brushed the prickles from his nose, he decided that he needed
Are you hot?
help in getting the honey. And his good friend
Even with air
Christopher Robin
conditioning
would
in
be
the car.
just the person to
I'll cool down in a while. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Just wet.
So Winnie the Pooh went to look for his friend. He found him outside his house in another part of the wood. "Good morning, Christopher Robin," he said. Then he noticed a balloon tied to Christopher Robin's tricycle. There's a balloon in his bicycle. It's a tricycle. See that balloon there?
Yeah, the moon, you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Stars.
Let's see what happened there.
And these are
It gave
boats.
Pooh a wonderful
These
idea.
are boats in the
I
water.
wonder if you've got such a thing as a balloon
Do you know
about
what these
you,
are?
hinted the bear. "What
Look,
for?"
you're right,
asked
birds.
Christopher Robin.
Two
Pooh
monkeys
looked this way and
rocking
that.
on two rocking
When he was
chairs.
sure that nobody was listening, he whispered, "Honey." How do you get honey with a balloon? Asked the boy. I shall fly like a bee, replied Pooh, up to the honey tree. Christopher Robin handed the balloon to Pooh. Instantly, the little bear began to rise into the air. See, he said. Christopher Robin grabbed on to Pooh and
Pooh, your favorite?
pulled him back down. Thank you, said Pooh. Now, would you be so kind as to take me to a muddy place?
Ethan generally knows what happens in the story.
Yeah.
I tend not to read all the words. He can just look at the pictures and he knows sort of what's happening.
So
Right.
Christopher
Yeah.
So he
Robin
knows
took
when
Pooh
you're not
to a
reading
very
all the
muddy
words?
place, and Pooh rolled and rolled
well,
until
Is that what
it
you're
was muddy
saying,
all
or-
over.
Well, actually, what I do is I say, "Oh, Pooh wants some honey," you know,
Yeah, oh,
like that. I
there you
don't.
go, okay.
Yeah, I don't really read
Oh,
the
I see
story.
what
It's a
you're
clever
Yeah.
disguise. What are you supposed to be? Asked Christopher.
So when you
Robin.
turn the page and Pooh falls out of the
Black
tree, Ethan
rain
says,
cloud.
"Uh-oh," you know, as soon as he
Like
turned the
Pooh?
page.
Now, would you aim me at the bees, please?
See?
Christopher Robin let
He's
go of his
telling
friend
what's
and
happening.
up. Pooh floated to the treetop.
That's okay. You want to go look at the Pooh on her shoe?
The Pooh shoes.
Pay no attention to me, Pooh said, sticking his paw into a hole in the tree. He pulled it right out.
No,
again when
no,
the bee
Ethan.
flew out and landed on his nose. Look at the
car.
bee on his
My
nose,
car's
Gail.
out there. My Patty's car's out there.
Then you know what happened? The bee stung him on the nose and his face swelled up like a basketball. That's not what happened. Let me see. Let's find out what really happened. I think the bees suspect something, said Pooh. Perhaps they think you're after their honey, called Christopher Robin.
Oh, do you want to look at
Well,
this
you
Pooh
never
book?
can tell with
Here's
bees,
a Pooh
replied
coloring
Pooh.
book. There's Winnie the
But I
Pooh.
think
Who's that?
it would help to fool the bees if you would open your umbrella and say, tut, tut, it looks like rain. Now, I don't know why he says
And
tut,
rabbit and
tut.
Eeyore.
Do you see King Tut? I don't see
Ooh,
King
did you
Tut.
color these pictures? How pretty.
That's a stupid thing to say, isn't it?
There's Tigger.
It looks like rain.
Tigger and Roo have a great
There he is with his umbrella. So Christopher Robin opened his umbrella and pretended that a rainstorm was coming to the 100-acre wood.
Pooh.
But then more bees flew out of the nest and began to buzz all around the
Okay,
little
let him look. He can
rain
look. He's
cloud
not ready.
named Pooh.
That's okay.
Some landing on his nose, others on his arms and legs, until he and his balloon were almost completely covered with them. Christopher Robin,
He likes your shoes.
I have come to a very important decision, shouted Pooh. These are the wrong sort of bees.
Yeah, Pooh.
That's right. Just then the air started to leak out of the balloon,
Ethan, you want to show
and
you want to
Pooh
show Kaylee your Mickey Mouse shoes?
began to fall.
You want to show Kaylee
Brother, I
your
think
Mickey Mouse
I
shoes?
shall come down
Go
with
show Kaylee.
I'll
Show.
catch you.
Yeah. Oh, you got him. Good job. Okay, you ready for more? Okay. We'll see. If you hold out your hand. Whoops. Just a second. Wow. Let's see. See? If you hold out your hand, you can catch him. Oh, you popped it. Popped it. Good job. You are counting. 1, 2, 3. Want some more? Okay. They're all over. Did you have a good time with your dad?
Yeah,
Watching and
Yeah.
you got to see Grandma too?
yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah, and Aunt Cindy,
Oh, great.
and another aunt, Annie.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about. She was your Uncle Dave's first wife. Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
You want some more?
Okay.
Did you have fun with your grandpa?
Ethan had the Mickey Mouse cereal that Kaylee
Oh.
had.
Good. Yeah, because we thought that's what she picked, and I don't remember that she liked it too much. But anyway, even if she did, we couldn't have eaten it all gone before we'd gone. Okay, here comes some more. Did it get right in your eye? I got one in your ear. Oh, it's stuck. Look at all the bubbles on the floor. Look at all those. And on the couch, see how they stuck? You popped it off on the table, huh? Yeah, they leave. See all that white stuff? That's from the popped bubbles. I'll have to pick it all up one time.
More?
Okay, let's have some more.
Go.
Here it goes.
Whoa.
He's never seen that before. He's
Oh, he hasn't seen the
bubbles,
before.
yeah, so he's amazed.
Great, I'm so glad. It's pretty neat, huh? Oh, hey, you got it right on your finger. Good job. Yeah, here, I'll get it for you.
What? More?
Okay.
You go.
Oops.
More?
You bet. There you go.
More.
Here you go. Oops.
More?
Yay! Oh, you got one. And there's one on your arm.
What?
I guess it's really on your hand.
Right.
Look at that one way up there. It's gonna stay up there for a while.
Gone.
Yeah. It's gone.
More?
You bet. Here we go. Okay. Drips off. Ooh, that didn't work at all. There you go.
You go.
Be careful, Ethan, please. I don't want you whacking anything.
I wanted with green on. Mommy?
Yeah. Yes.
Ethan, be a good boy, please.
Oh, no.
More?
He's basically fearless and doesn't really sort of realize
Oh, yeah.
dangers.
Oh, sure. So yes, because I'm just one.
One?
Yeah, Ethan is one. How old are you? Two.
Dude.
Two.
Dude.
There you go.
Oh, that one's gone. Oh, I popped. Before I could get any higher. Kaylee, honey, you're gonna trip each other. You need to let go.
Careful, Ethan.
You too.
My Oh. You.
We're gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna blow a few more times, guys, and then I have to clean it all up because we don't want to leave all this stuff. Okay.
Look at Kaylee's head.
Cover with bubbles.
Ew. Gun. There you go.
There
Hey,
it goes.
pretty girl.
It's going up high.
Kaylee, look. Look.
You can see yourself.
You got bubbles on your head. See? On your head. See the bubbles on your head? Yeah, yes, you and Ethan. Uh-oh. I saw a tongue stick out. Uh-oh.
Good
Uh-oh, I see a tongue.
More.
She had her blanket on her head, walking around, being funny,
He,
having fun, and fell.
well, he does that all the time.
And falls and
Yeah,
hurts
yeah,
herself.
yeah.
Okay, one more time, and then I'm gonna put them away for now, okay? Because I gotta clean it up off the floor. There's some more. But she hit twice. She hit the side of the table and the bottom of the table.
Ouch.
And I thought for sure her teeth
Ouch.
were busted out. Oh, there it is. Oh, you got it. Okay, guys, this is gonna be the last one.
One more. This is the last one. One more.
Yahoo!
Here you go.
Good job, Ethan. You're getting a lot. Ooh, it's stuck on you.
No more.
Maybe
Uma.
a little later, sweetie.
Ethan.
Color that page and you can color that one.
Oh no, because I have Dwayne's number in here.
Your what?
I don't take it away.
It's okay. He'll bring it back. Honey, you know what? He'll bring it back.
Do it, stop it.
Do you want yours? Do you ready? 719 930 1474.
No.
Kaylee,
I want that.
it is okay. He will put it
Good.
back. Uh-oh.
719
Uh-oh.
That's
She
hard.
has to deal. She has
Here,
to.
see, look.
Kaylee, see? He brought it back. No.
I'm not.
Oh, I found business cards.
Yeah, there.
145. 446.
That's a good girl.
That's the exit.
There's Pooh
And then it's
and
Filbert.
Rabbit. See Rabbit?
It's like 2 miles away from you. Here we go.
Yeah. And there's Owl. There's Owl. Yeah. There he is, right there.
He's so cute.
He is.
You are so cute.
Oh,
Owl.
Yes, Owl. He's adorable.
I know.
can we go to the cabin? Where's the
I
cabin?
think
He's outside.
He's outside. He's outside in the back.
Can we go see
Sure.
but the door's not open. Open it. Open it,
It's
Mom.
9:30. I just
I
looked
need
at the
to.
clock.
I need to
Second
go
day
get
turtles.
oxygen at your house.
Well, Stephanie, you're never going to see this.
I hardly see you.
This film will remain in New Zealand.
Please don't go.
You never have to be afraid of it getting out.
As long as you'd like me to.
Okay, good.
Gosh, I see you like once every 20 years, Steph. Man.
You gonna read Uncle Kevin's book?
I'm good.
You gonna read Uncle Kevin's book?
I'm good.
Are you gonna? Let's
Here-
get that on your nose and go.
Here, Steph. See, now you can see yourself.
Okay, go outside and go show it for
Yeah.
Kevin.
The kids love it.
Here you go. Here, let's go by the door. Oh, she's going to put it back on. Okay, but honey, you can't touch it.
Ethan?
Why?
Because
Because
when you
it'll come
touch it,
off.
it comes off. Okay.
Did you get on Uncle Kit's movie?
Oh, you want to show Uncle Kit?
Oh.
There's a ball on your nose.
Okay, can I get a picture of you?
Yeah, sure.
With them? And then, where did... You look great, Jay. Have you lost weight?
No. Jay, is your hair getting darker? No.
Jay, your buttoc's getting smaller?
No. When you're the boss, everybody kisses your ass.
Ow, my knee!
Ow, my knee!
Like your knee. That is.
My knee.
Hey, buddy, watch out for my knee.
Hey, I will.
Okay.
Okay, and then Ethan's trying to sleep, so don't.
I don't think he'll wake up the first, probably a couple hours.
But that's for my knees.
Unfortunately, he drinks during the night, so we never were strict enough with him to get him off the bottle during the night. Yeah. So he drinks about 2 bottles during the night.
So he'll wake up, and then you give him another.
Yeah, I usually have him right there by the side of the bed and just grab him. Yeah, that's right. But tonight I'll probably have to get up and fill the one because I left the 2 over at Scott's place. So that's all right. Basically, we have a system called Plunkett, and it's nurses basically that monitor the development of all children in New Zealand. So the nurse comes and sees you after so many months, like whatever one. She comes to your house, drives to your house, and then examines the baby, weighs the baby, and everything. Hello, Ethan. Now we are on our way to Castle Rock. Woohoo! See if I can get a good photo of that. Bumpy, Castle Rock. There's Castle Rock. Oh, wow. Justice Center. Oh, my goodness. Here's Dada's high school. Wow, look at that. Wow. We'll have to go over there. Looks nice. Cool. We'll have to go over there. We'll drive.
Yeah, but I knew those, you know, in 7.
Old football stadium? Technical school. Mineral engineering. Lasted there a year and a half. How much is that?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4, yeah, 4. Say 4.
4.
Good. How much?
4.
How much is that? 5.
5.
Yeah, good. How much?
1, 2, 3. No, 3.
4. No, 3. 3, 4.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
KC0, NETN0, UJ.
We're on our way to Grandma's house, and Ethan is having a blast sitting in the front seat with Kevin. Yeah, he gets to watch the road and everything.
Which way should we go? Should we go this way? Okay.
Your baby is beautiful, Uni. Hi, Pat. Hi, Pat. I love you, sweetheart. Look at your brother. There's a good. Oh, there. Tired. Having his bottle. We're at Park Meadows Mall in Douglas County, Colorado. And we walked all over this mall and we're resting now. What? 3? 1, 2, 4. No 4? Just 3? 3. 3. 4.
Are you gonna smile for Grandma and take a picture of me? Oh, can you give me a big smile? Oh, he smells his head. Take a picture. Ethan, smile big for Grandma. What? Give me five. Give me five. That's right. That's right. Does Grandma get a kiss? Okay. Here, let's turn it this way. There's Dada. There's Daddy. Daddy. What you doing? Oh, he sees numbers on there. Can you show Daddy? What's this? What's this? What's this? Look at